Shakur Stevenson is a first-class fighter, and I don't think it's going to make any difference that he give his title up because of weight difference. He'll just go to the next division and win that title as well.
Shakur, I'm saying Shakur looks about the same size as Lomo.
Also
naturally.
super skillful.
Super skillful.
Yeah.
And I was happy. I was happy his last
fight, best Philly shell since Floyd Mayweather.
Yeah.
His defense was incredible.
Yeah.
I'm just insulted he thinks he can come up to my weight and feel like he can just make it easy work. Well, come up to my weight then. I don't not like him. I think he's a funny guy. I think he's funny looking as well. It reminds me a bit of Tom and Jerry. Which one? What's the mouse?
I didn't even watch.
Jerry. It reminds me of Jerry. Oh, literally, yeah. Turkey called it. I didn't even realise. Yeah, Tom and Jerry. He does all that running around.
He knows he's losing these rounds, but let's just wait on it, and then eventually comes the big kaboom.
Well, that's what we want to see, man. We want to see kabooms.
Okay. Last thing I'm gonna say on this fight, though, I think there's more avenues to victory for Teofimo Lopez than there is for Shakur.
Yeah, let me move over here. Timing. Yeah, that's what it takes. Shakur Stevenson, hey, he the best at that. He the best at that. Explode in with them combinations. Yeah, you gonna hit nothing but air. I promise you that. You gonna be, you and there gonna be fighting Casper the Ghost. Yeah, that's what you gonna be fighting. Casper the Ghost. You ever fought a ghost before? You about to fight one and coming on the 31st. Teofimo Lopez and his damn fans. Yeah, y'all gonna be very disappointed after this match. Y'all gonna be mad as hell. Y'all gonna say, damn, why did I even pick Teofimo Lopez?
The moment boxing fans have been waiting for. Who comes out on top? Shakur Stevenson or Teofimo Lopez? Experts have weighed in with their final shocking predictions.
And I don't think it's going to be like a super tough fight either. His IQ will frustrate him.
Don't you think Teo has also good ring IQ and also is slick, fast?
I think explosive? So, but when you look at Teo's performances against guys that are just pure boxers, it's just like he almost lost to Sandor Martin. Some people thought he lost to Sandor Martin.
Initially, Shakur Stevenson appeared to hold the advantage, yet analysts are now shifting the narrative. Experts are pointing out the key missteps from both fighters, flaws that could be seized decisively when they step into the ring.
We got a technical fighter against a real unpredictable fighter like Teofimo Lopez. The kid got good footwork in and out, and he like to jump in with them right hands and hooks, and that's how he get his guy on balance. But Shakur Stevenson, man, if he lead with that jab and control him, it's gonna be a hell of a fight. I can see the boxer outboxing Teofimo all night, and I can see Teofimo counter-punching with a lot of success. So it's whoever really force their style and force their game on the other guy, but it's gonna be a hell of a fight no matter what. Who you got winning? Smart money on the boxer, but anything can happen when you get two guys that talented. And with everything at stake.
Adding to the tension, Tim Bradley issued a blunt caution to Shakur, sharing what he predicts will be Teofimo Lopez's hidden strategy aimed at tipping the scales in his favor in this critical showdown.
Hey, everybody trying to figure out what this foul or punch that's illegal or something from Teofimo Lopez. I'm hearing from headbutts to elbows and all kind of stuff. Man, nah, y'all want to know what it is? I'm gonna tell you what it is. It's basically a kidney shot. That's what he's talking about. Shakur goes up into that what do you call that? Floyd Mayweather type of defense. Yeah, the shoulder roll. Yeah, he turns his back. Yeah, that left hook to the liver. That's what Teofimo gonna be looking for. Yeah, but he gonna hit it in the back.
As excitement for this clash grows, fans remain divided, with many anticipating a knockout from either contender. However, Tim Bradley offers a contrasting view. He believes that neither Shakur Stevenson nor Teofimo Lopez possess the single-punch power to end the fight swiftly. Instead, Bradley envisions a contest defined by technique and strategy, one that will play out round by round, challenging stamina, accuracy, and game plans. A duel likely to last the full distance rather than conclude with a sudden knockout.
The Lopez and the Lopez and Shakur fight going the distance. Ain't no damn way it's gonna be a knockout. Either or. It ain't gonna be when was the last time Teofimo Lopez knocked somebody out? And Shakur ain't no knockout puncher either. I don't see it, man. Now, statistically, I think it's gonna be a distance fight. Yeah. So don't wait. I'm gonna tell you, don't waste your money. That's like me wasting my money on Jake Paul. I didn't bet on no damn Jake Paul. I just like trolling, man.
Joe Rogan has shared his thoughts, and he believes Shakur Stevenson poses a serious challenge to Teofimo Lopez, not just because of his athletic ability, but due to his exceptional skill. While Lopez has been hailed as the one who could defeat Lomachenko, Rogan's latest insight shifts the focus to Stevenson. He points out that Shakur, matching Lomachenko's size, showcased his brilliance against William Zepeda, proving his elite talent. Rogan even dubs him the Floyd Mayweather of today, a fighter whose mastery could overwhelm Lopez. Shakur will frustrate, force Lopez to chase, and dominate the fight at every turn.
Or I'm saying Shakur looks about the same size as Lomo.
Also
naturally.
super skillful.
Super skillful.
Yeah.
And I was happy. I was happy his last
fight, best Philly shell since Floyd Mayweather.
Yeah.
His defense was incredible.
Yeah. A good fighter, and was really pressuring him. And Shakur stayed in the pocket.
Yeah.
He stayed in the pocket.
He also said he's not
calling him a runner before.
Anymore.
He's not a runner, yeah.
But he said after that fight, I'm not going to fight that way anymore. He said I took too many shots.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because he wanted to like put on a show and show everybody he's not just a runner. He could stand in the pocket.
Right.
Then he's like, why am I doing this? I'll box the shit out of these motherfuckers.
Yeah. I mean, he's a silver
get
medalist,
too.
that guy.
Yeah. Oh, he's elite. He's elite.
Yeah.
And just one of the best, like, it's as far as skill.
Discussing Shakur Stevenson's potential strategy against Teofimo Lopez, Joe Rogan suggests this could rank among the most intense fights of Lopez's career. He expects Shakur to apply constant pressure, delivering rapid-fire combinations, a showcase of the elite technique that distinguishes him. Stevenson will spot and capitalize on Lopez's vulnerabilities, striking back with sharp counters. Echoing this view, Terrence Crawford also thinks Shakur's skill set will prove overwhelming, making him a step too far for Teofimo Lopez.
Like, he puts pressure on guys without throwing too many punches, and then he starts to figure holes out, and the way he can explode and move in with one shot, my God.
Yeah, he's very explosive. He's very explosive, man.
Mike Tyson's prediction arrives as Teofimo Lopez's face-off remarks continue to stir controversy. Lopez hinted that he might employ aggressive, borderline tactics against Shakur Stevenson, a plan Showbiz the adult sees as deliberate yet dangerous. While Teofimo aims to test the boundaries without breaking the rules, Showbiz cautions that such strategies often fall short. Aligning with Tyson's opinion, he emphasizes that Shakur's top-tier skill and calm demeanor make it likely that these tactics will backfire when they clash in the ring.
That's not the first time I heard that. With someone like Shakur Stevenson, who is technically sound, he's extremely gifted, he's just one of those guys you cannot beat in a fundamental way. I heard that concept from an icon, the all-time great Iron Mike Tyson.
But I wouldn't fight him the way they fought him. It's just hard difficult to fight him. I would be mean, I would be dirty, because you would have to do everything to fight him because he's just so good. You can't fight, it's almost impossible to fight him clean. It's almost impossible to win a Canelo. That's the credit on how masterful he is. You have to be dirty, you gotta be rough, you have to use the elbows, head, bend it up, you have to use everything. Because this guy, as far as his style is concerned, this guy is a master fighter.
Boxing icon Roy Jones Jr. offered his expert take on the Teofimo Lopez versus Shakur Stevenson matchup. He warned that Lopez can't afford to play it safe. Attempting to fight from the outside would let Stevenson's superior footwork and defensive skill dismantle him. Jones Jr. emphasizes that Lopez must take smart risks, stay on the attack, and push Stevenson beyond his comfort zone. Done right, this approach could turn the fight into a high-intensity, action-packed showdown from the opening bell all the way to the final round.
Stylistically, man, how does Shakur beat Teo, and vice versa? Stylistically, how does Teo beat Shakur?
Stylistically, Teo got to go in and go for broke. He got to go gamble. He got to take some, get some, and that's just the only way to win. If he stays outside and boxes, Shakur gonna pick him apart. Shakur's a polished boxer with some of the best feet in the game right now, and he's a defensive-minded fighter, which is very smart. It's hard to hit him. He makes you gamble to hit him, and he's gonna be a tough one to deal with. But if Teofimo is willing to gamble to beat him, then Teofimo can definitely make it a really good fight.
Adding his perspective to the Stevenson versus Lopez matchup, legendary trainer Abel Sanchez offered a striking prediction. He believes Lopez must launch an aggressive start, cautioning that a sluggish opening could let the fight stagnate. Meanwhile, Sanchez notes that Stevenson will have to manage the distance and remain alert, as Lopez's sudden power can change the fight in an instant. This collision of contrasting approaches is precisely what could make the bout an electrifying spectacle for fans.
Shakur's a great talent, and Teofimo looked great in his last fight. Of course, he didn't have Shakur in front of him, but I think that for Shakur, he has to keep the fight at his distance. If he does that, I think it's a win for him. Teofimo, he's more, he wants to draw you in, he wants to counterpunch. He's gonna have to be a different guy this time. He's gonna have to attack. He's gonna have to be leading the fight, or else it's gonna be a boring fight. I don't think it'll be a boring fight, but if he sits back and waits for Shakur's going to wait for him, then it's not going to be exciting. But I think Teofimo will attack. I think Teofimo has to attack. I think Teofimo has to do what Zepeda did, except for Teofimo's a lot more talented than Zepeda was.
Shakur Stevenson is widely regarded as one of boxing's most technically proficient fighters, but Teofimo Lopez presents an entirely different challenge. Timing, and top-level fundamentals, Lopez thrives on unpredictability. His twitchy motions, unusual angles, and sudden bursts of power make him extremely hard to read. He fights instinctively rather than by the textbook, forcing mistakes from his opponents. That's why many experts believe Lopez could disrupt Shakur's strategy, transforming what seems like a simple matchup into a far more dangerous contest than anticipated.
Always be Shakur. The offense that we saw from him in his last fight was just, he knew what he had in front of him, and eventually he knew that he was going to be in a position where he could have his way with the kid who was in the ring. I'm losing his name off the top of my head.
Right, I know you're talking about. But I believe he fought that way because he started hearing all the call of him running. He started saying, you know what, let me stay in the pocket, because he stood in the pocket a lot more than he normally stood in the pocket with that fight. You know what I'm saying?
It took some unnecessary shots.
Huh?
It took unnecessary shots.
Well, okay, right. But you see what kind of fan base he got after that too. The doubters started saying, you know what, I'm gonna roll with him more, because we were getting tired of him running and skillfully beating people. That gets boring.
Sean Porter, one of Shakur Stevenson's strongest advocates, has issued a stern warning ahead of this matchup. He believes that at his best, Shakur is nearly unbeatable. However, Porter also noted that in his previous fight against Zepeda, Stevenson spent too much time retreating and occasionally exposed himself to unnecessary punches when trading in the pocket. Facing a fighter as explosive and unpredictable as Teofimo Lopez, that strategy won't suffice. Lopez's power and unconventional style make him a serious threat to Stevenson. Teofimo Lopez's twitchy, explosive athleticism makes him highly unpredictable and a real challenge for Shakur Stevenson.
The difference is when he turns it on, is he's delivered that power to a point where we actually sit back and we, all right, let's see, all right, round after round, like, all right, he's losing these rounds. He knows he's losing these rounds, but let's just wait on it. And then eventually comes the big kaboom.
Well, that's what we want to see, man. We want to see kabooms.
Okay. Last thing I'm gonna say on this fight, though, I think there's more avenues to victory for Teofimo Lopez than there is for Shakur.
I agree.
Because Shakur is so set in who he is, and I absolutely love it, straight up and down. But it's gonna be so hard to pull him out of who he is. And the other side of that is Teofimo can go the defensive route. He can go to force you to at least walk towards me.
Meanwhile, voices from Shakur Stevenson's camp are firing back with sharp warnings aimed squarely at Teofimo Lopez. Keyshawn Davis, who has been closely involved with Stevenson's team and has observed his growth up close, believes Shakur possesses everything required not just to defeat Lopez, but to stop him. Forecasting a stoppage against one of the most explosive fighters in the bout, the stakes rise even higher as Davis cites Stevenson's focus, discipline, and overall excellence as the keys that could completely neutralize Teofimo.
Cool, got a good possibility to stop at Teofimo.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Why is that?
Because how dominant he been in this camp.
Yeah? What do you think made the difference? Is it because the opponent? Is it because you guys were all together?
Because his focus level. He just took it a lot serious. Not saying he did in his other camps, but he just took this fight a lot serious. He got a good chance to stop at Teo, for sure.
Is it because it's Teo, or is it something else that made him focus even more?
It's all because of Shakur, how great he is. He gonna show y'all.
As Teofimo Lopez issues warnings about his dangerous combinations for fight night, Tim Bradley has shared his own concerns. While Bradley leans towards Stevenson taking the victory thanks to his superior technique, he emphasizes the danger of Lopez's left hook, a strike Stevenson must carefully respect Stevenson's style, and highlighting areas where Lopez might find openings, showing that even with Stevenson's advantage, the matchup still presents significant challenges he will need to overcome.
The punch that I'm worried about for Shakur getting hit with the most from Teo, and he's devastating with this punch, is the left hook. Okay? The left hook. Prime example, straight line fighters, 50-50 fighters, in and out. Shakur can move laterally too. He can, and he will. But most of his work is in and out.
Offering fans an inside look at how hooks can influence a fight, Tim Bradley explains that while Stevenson is expected to challenge Lopez for most of the matchup, Lopez holds one key advantage: the ability to throw effective hooks with both hands to pressure and rack up points. Bradley emphasizes that this is Teofimo's best opportunity. If he can't pull it off, Stevenson is likely to control the ring. He even presents it as a pro tip for Lopez. Without this tactic, Stevenson will take the victory.
So, with that being said, man, that's a tip for Teo and his fans. The hooks, they matter. Both hands. That matters in this fight. You know what also to do? It'll make him keep his hands at home. That's what the hooks will do as well. It'll make him keep his hands at home. And if he doesn't, boom.
The stakes have soared, and so have the predictions. Fans are starting to grasp the true threat Shakur Stevenson poses in the ring, and Regis Prograis has also sounded the alarm for Teofimo Lopez. According to him, Lopez has faced challenges against several opponents and displays a fragile mindset. Rogan believes Stevenson will show he is the superior fighter, delivering a harsh warning. Stevenson isn't just stepping in to win, he's stepping in to dominate Teofimo Lopez.
Shakur for sure. Shakur.
Do you think he wins this comfortably, or do you think it'll be a close fight?
I think he wins it comfortably, yeah. I think he wins it comfortably. I think, Shakur, I think the thing is about Teo is very good athletically, but he's weak-minded. You can see in some fights he struggles. Teo does struggle. Now he does come up for big fights. Lomachenko, he came up. Josh Taylor, he came up. But a lot of fights, man, he struggles. And, he does struggle on a whole lot of fights and stuff. Like, I think he looked good. Yeah, he looked good against Barboza. But like I said, for the most part, Teo does struggle. And I think he struggles mentally with a lot of things. But I think with Shakur, I think Shakur's gonna break him. I think maybe the first two or three rounds, it might be a close fight. It might be close. It might be 2-1 or something like that.
Analyzing how the bout could unfold, Regis believes the opening 2 or 3 rounds will be competitive, but then Shakur Stevenson will unleash his full aggression and technical mastery, leaving Teofimo Lopez stunned and struggling to react. Emphasizing Stevenson's abilities, Regis points out that his power lies in slipping punches through unexpected gaps, the type of dangerous strikes that could define the outcome. Shakur will not just win, but control the fight on points, wearing Lopez down steadily across all 12 rounds.
I feel like, Shakur is probably gonna start stepping up, and Teo's gonna try to hit him, and it's not gonna work. And then Shakur might start. The thing about Shakur is a very good, a real good counterpuncher, really sharp, real sharp with the counterpunch. He sneaks those punches in, and that's the ones that hurt the most, when he just sneaking them in when you're not supposed to hit him. So I definitely feel like, I feel like Shakur is gonna beat him comfortably. Now, not knockout, but comfortable 12 rounds, for sure.
Focusing on Teofimo Lopez's weaknesses, Tim Bradley offers his insight into the critical errors Lopez has made in previous bouts, creating openings that can be expertly exploited. He proceeds to outline a precise game plan for Shakur Stevenson, demonstrating how he can break Teofimo's rhythm. Bradley's breakdown leads to one clear takeaway: Stevenson is poised to display the finest technical skills in boxing. Fans should expect a masterclass performance from Shakur in this matchup, showcasing his full boxing brilliance.
And another shot he's gonna be looking for is a left hook. Yeah, Shakur going to that damn Mayweather defense, Philly shell, that left hook is coming. He gonna be looking for that mug all night long. That left hook, left hook, left hook. But just keep Teofimo off balance. That's all he gotta do, is keep him off balance, man. Throwing them feints, fighting him off that jab, bro, it's gonna break his rhythm up, boy. He gonna struggle. He gonna have a hard time. But, you know, Kambosos didn't rush in at him. Kambosos stayed underneath himself, stayed right there in front of him. That was it. Held his ground. That was it. Anytime Lopez would do something, Kambosos come right back with counters. Yeah, but he stayed close enough to get Lopez to react. And a lot of times Lopez fought angry that fight, so he left himself wide the open.
The anticipation for Stevenson versus Lopez has hit a new high following a bold forecast from Gervonta "Tank" Davis's camp. His trainer, Kenny Ellis, delivered a frank analysis that shook the boxing community, suggesting Stevenson could even earn a stoppage. Ellis cautioned that Teofimo Lopez might find himself trapped with no escape, potentially even seeing a corner stoppage. He stressed that Stevenson operates at a level Lopez has never encountered, making this matchup extremely dangerous and a true examination of the young champion's abilities.
Obviously, January 31st, I seen on your story, Shakur Stevenson and Teofimo Lopez. You got Shakur Stevenson winning, but how?
Yeah. I got, I said stoppage, man. I got Teo might be quitting in the corner.
What do you see?
His mental, and he gonna fight a superior boxer. Teo get touched by guys with less caliber boxers than Shakur. So you know Shakur can touch him at will. You know what I mean? You look at Teo's scar tissue around his face, his nose, his eyes. He gets touched up all the time. So what make him think that Shakur not gonna touch him?
Kenny Ellis is confident that Shakur Stevenson steps into this fight with a distinct edge. He points to moments in Teofimo Lopez's career where his vulnerabilities were exposed. Ellis believes Stevenson has both the skill and game plan to systematically take Lopez apart, even forecasting a potential stoppage as early as round 4. He adds that if Gervonta "Tank" Davis was able to challenge Lopez at that point, Stevenson, armed with his technical precision and preparation, could control the fight even more decisively.
And then it's mental. Several fights. One fight he asked after the fight, "Do I still have it?" He said that shit out loud.
Cameron Martin fight.
Then one fight, in the middle of the fight, he was going back to the corner. He was like, something to the fact that he won't stand still. He said this shit out loud. So Shakur gonna frustrate his ass. They might throw in the towel, man.
Wow. They might even throw in the towel.
Yeah. And if Shakur got somebody on his team that's looking at his physique, that's looking at Teo's physique, he might can stop Teo in 4 rounds. Because I always said if we was to fight Teo with Tank before Tank retired, I said we can stop him in 4 rounds because I won't say what it is, but if Shakur team look at him real good, they can stop him. They can stop him in 4 rounds.
Full of confidence, Kenny Ellis believes the fight leans strongly in Shakur Stevenson's favor. He explains that the matchup highlights Stevenson's strengths, noting that Shakur has already faced opponents on a level similar to Teofimo Lopez. Ellis even forecasts a potential 4th-round finish, where Stevenson could deliver enough damage to prompt a corner stoppage. Referring to Stevenson's commanding performance against William Zepeda, he adds that Lopez has seldom encountered such relentless pressure, a factor that could make Stevenson's march to victory even more decisive.
Well, he proved in his last fight with Zepeda that, you know, he can gamble. And Zepeda is a pressure fighter. With Teo, he gonna get more time to set shots up because Teo is not a pressure fighter. You know, he in and out, you know, so he won't give Shakur a bit of a break this dude he want to do, you know what I'm saying? I got Shakur dominating the fight.
Adding to the forecasts, Sergio Mora has shared his thoughts, admitting he's genuinely worried about Teofimo Lopez. Mora notes that Lopez has appeared unusually lean in training and seems to be seriously underestimating Shakur Stevenson. In his opinion, Stevenson won't be defeated, and he cautions anyone picking Lopez as the favorite to reconsider. According to Mora, Stevenson is set to dominate, battering Lopez and potentially ending the fight in decisive fashion. He insists Teofimo's threats are merely mind games, as Shakur excels at controlling both the ring and his opponent.
I'm gonna flip it on you. I want to know who you got winning that fight, and I'll tell you after. You're a fighter, bro, and I know you're probably gonna be pulling for Teo. I think Shakur's unbeatable. I think you can't even lay a glove on him. Teofimo can be hot, he can be cold. You don't know what to expect. As a fighter, who do you got?
I actually like Shakur. I like Shakur. I don't like, I don't like how Teo's been looking in terms of real thin in the gym. But I know you got to go work, man.
Hey, Luis, I gotta tell you, man, I got nothing but respect for you, bro.
Keyshawn Davis and Shawn Porter have outlined how Shakur Stevenson intends to frustrate Teofimo Lopez right from the opening bell. Speaking from his experience training alongside Stevenson, Davis is sending ripples through the boxing world. While Lopez has long been considered a hard-hitting, explosive fighter, Davis contends that Stevenson's skill set flips the script entirely. He details how Stevenson's ring intelligence and awareness will make Lopez question every action, proving that Shakur cannot be overpowered or intimidated once inside the ropes.
When the business is better for you and Dalton Smith than it is for you and Teofimo Lopez or you and...
Teo not gonna win this fight.
Yeah.
Why is that? Why is Teo not gonna win this fight? Because Shakur IQ is just on a whole nother planet. Shakur is really like that, and Shakur
kind of sickening, right?
Shakur facts, like Shakur, like people don't realize is about Shakur. The mentality that I have, Shakur has it. Mine is just louder. But when you in the ring with Shakur he's a mean fighter, bro. Like for real, like take it from me. You know what I'm saying? Like when I'm in the ring with Shakur, I really have to think with him. It's not, I'm about to bully this guy. I'm a little bit bigger than him, probably a little strong. Like, no. I gotta think with this guy at the end of the day.
Shawn Porter also shares his perspective, drawing from his own experience sparring with Shakur Stevenson. He fully agrees with Keyshawn Davis, stressing that Stevenson has a rare ability to make opponents overthink, giving him a clear mental advantage. Porter admits that in the past, he couldn't last more than 3 or 4 rounds against Stevenson. He further breaks down Stevenson's strategy, showing how Shakur can control the tempo, dictate the fight, and keep any challenger on the back foot from the opening bell to the final round.
I just feel like Teo thinking ability is just not on the same, his IQ not on the same level as Shakur.
You know what's crazy, and I got a question for y'all. What's crazy is, I told my guy, I said, man, it's crazy. I can spar round after round after round with all of the amateurs that I train a bunch of amateurs. I probably do 12, 14, 15 rounds with them, 2-minute rounds, 3-minute rounds, no problem. I did 4 rounds with Keyshawn, or with Shakur, and I mean huffing and puffing and all that. So I'm talking to my guy, he says, what's the difference? How is it you can do, 12, 13, 15 rounds with a bunch of young guys, and you can barely make it through 4 with Shakur? I said the difference is this right here. He will make you think so hard and so fast that it will wear you down.
Adding another daring prediction, Conor Benn has shared his fearless perspective. He reveals that Stevenson has even been messaging him, joking about wanting to get smoked and lining Ben up as his next target. Looking toward fight night, Ben cautions that Stevenson's confidence could slip into overconfidence, a potentially costly mistake. Expecting a tactical battle, he highlights key areas where Teofimo Lopez might exploit opportunities, portraying Lopez as possibly the most dangerous and toughest opponent Stevenson has encountered in his career.
Shakur's on smoke, like he messages me saying, I'm gonna put it on you and all that, and you're gonna get it next, and he's on smoke. I rate it for a little man. But I think Teo can cause an upset. Shakur, don't get me wrong, I think I'm all about entertainment. Me personally, like what I like to see is entertainment and blood and guts and pride. Shakur don't have to go there because he's so gifted and so talented, and I really liked what I saw when he fought Zepeda. Like he looked sharp and it was exciting, but then he's come out in an interview after and said he's not doing that again. But he looked unbelievable. People want to skip to the money made.
Elaborating on his perspective, Conor Benn says he's drawn to fighters who combine skill with bold, show-stopping performances, pointing to Shakur Stevenson's recent fight against William Zepeda as a prime example. Benn even argues that Stevenson's dominance was so striking, it momentarily made fans forget Floyd Mayweather. Yet, despite that brilliance, Benn cautions that Stevenson could still face major challenges. He highlights Teofimo Lopez's raw power and elite ability, suggesting Stevenson may struggle against him. In Ben's eyes, Lopez has all the tools to pull off the biggest upset of Stevenson's career.
People forget the pretty boy, Floyd. You know, it's where he was just savage, you know, and was entertaining. But watching him fight Zepeda, you know, razor sharp, you know, incredible ring IQ. But I think Teo is a bigger man and can cause some problems. Teo's ring IQ, sharpness, speed, agility, power is up there. So, you know, I think it's going to be an exciting fight. I back Teo to win.
Offering another viewpoint, Ryan Garcia has shared his thoughts on the Stevenson versus Lopez matchup. While he still considers Shakur Stevenson the probable victor, Garcia cautions fans against underestimating Teofimo Lopez. Having once predicted a loss for Lopez, he now emphasizes that many are overlooking the genuine danger he poses. Garcia points out specific weaknesses in Lopez's approach that could be targeted, but one thing remains certain: Teofimo has the strength and skill to pull off a stunning upset on fight night.
I would put my money on Shakur, but I won't be surprised if Teofimo surprises us all, for sure. I think I'm underestimating Teofimo a little bit, but I don't think he can make the necessary adjustments to his own style to combat what Shakur does best. But he could definitely prove me wrong, for sure. And I won't be surprised.
What do you think? Will Shakur Stevenson's technical mastery be too much for Teofimo Lopez? Or could Lopez pull off the upset? Drop your predictions in the comments below and let the debate begin. Don't forget to like this video, hit that subscribe button, and turn on notifications so you never miss expert breakdowns, fight previews, and exclusive insider insights from the world of boxing. Share this video with fellow fight fans and keep the conversation going. The ring rivalry isn't over until the bell rings.